Mr. Beast did a video where he paid for 1,000 people's surgery so they could see again. So there's probably a variety of surgeries. I think this is one particular one, which is like a 10-minute surgery. I think it was cataracts. I'm not sure.
People were mentioning like cataracts, glaucoma, and something else. No, the minute I saw it, I was like, not for me. I don't watch Mr. Beast anyway, and I certainly don't watch those sorts of like charity porn videos, you know, where they're like, I did this. I gave this homeless person $1,000, you know? And I'm like...
So it's like this one guy on TikTok who I quite enjoy sometimes, who basically, he helps out homeless people, right? And he uses the money he gets from people sending in money. He then makes backpacks and like, especially during the winter, he goes around and hands them out. And that's kind of okay, right? I don't mind that so much because his entire channel is kind of based around that.
Yeah, but the whole idea is that you should just do that and not do it on camera because people aren't necessarily wanting to be on camera.
Now, doing it on camera is not... I don't really mind that as much, you know? It's a little bit insipid.
I personally do, but I understand that other people like it. Like, for me, sure. I'm like...
No. I do understand why it puts a bad taste in people's mouths. I don't think that's the biggest takeaway from this entire situation, personally. It is a bit... How to put it? Mr. Beast isn't doing this purely out of a place of niceness, right? It's a marketing gimmick.
Yes.
He isn't being like, oh man, it really bothers me that 1,000 people are blind, because there's more than 1,000 people. He's not sitting there being like, woe is me, the plight of the cataracts. I'm gonna benevolently go out and cure 1,000 people's blind. It's a marketing thing. He doesn't really probably actually care that much. He's just gone... I mean, he might give a shit like a normal amount, but not enough to actually like put any of his own money towards it and anything like that. And he says stuff like, the average Mr. Beast video loses like $1.5 million, and I'm like, that's impossible. How does your YouTube channel even exist? How do you have a business? How do you pay your bills if you're losing 1.5 million?
He's like, please buy more Feastables.
Yeah, it's like
Purchase Beast Burger.
Yeah, like you're making your money, dude. Like that's not like pretend like you aren't making your money, right? Like you whatever. And so the thing that like really put a bad taste in my mouth, and it's like echoed by a lot of people, is that it's really fucked up that it takes a benevolent fucking millionaire to come swooping in, select 1,000 people at random, and give them... Because he was also giving away Teslas and stuff like that. And he gave one person $50,000 and like all that for their college and stuff like that. And I'm like, how many more blind people could you have cured if you didn't give away 50 grand to some random, like one of the...
And then people turn around and go, well, you buy things, you do things, you blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, but don't position yourself as I'm here to help, but like only up to 1,000 people. Yeah, like 1,001 is too many.
The entire experience is engineered to give you feel good feelings, right? It's like everything is calculated. Everything is sort of like designed in a purposeful way. I'm really happy these people got the treatment they needed, and I'm really happy that 1,000 people can have been cured, you know, for lack of a better word, of hard of sight or being blind. But it does feel a little weird that like it was a 10-minute surgery that cost apparently not a lot of money because Mr. Beast can do it 1,000 times. And like, for instance,
people did not have access to it.
The kid in the thumbnail isn't actually in the video.
Yeah.
So
the crying, like fake crying child in the thumbnail.
So he's got a kid here who's been photoshopped from probably like from Shutterstock or something like that. He's got a bandage around his head. They've given him red eyes and given him some photoshopped tears. Right. This kid isn't real. This kid isn't in the video. This is like a random image. They've got a picture of Mr. Beast and like photoshopped someone's hand in around it, and it's like, I'm doing this for little fucking Timmy, and like but he's not even in the video. The entire thing is really, it comes off like not the way. It's hard because like I am happy the people got help, but it feels really fucking dystopian that like you have to do a song and dance, and you have to be like, what happened to the 1,001 person? Like where was the cutoff?
And Mr. Beast has seen the criticism, and he tweeted out and said, I can actually show you guys if you want to see it. Said, Twitter, rich people should help others with their money. Me, okay, I'll use my money to help people. And I promise to give all my money away before I die, every single penny. And I'm like, people say shit all the time. Like, whatever, like, great, okay, go for it. Yeah. How close are you to death, mate? Pretty far. So like, give away my money is like, you decide where it goes. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, Twitter, Mr. Beast bad. So Mr. Beast is like, at the end of the day, woe is me. My video within like the first couple of days has already got 50 million views, but like, woe is me. So then I kind of quote tweeted this because it's really cringe to be feeling sorry for yourself, in my opinion. And I just said,
it's professional victim behavior.
I think what Mr. Beast doesn't realize is when you make a video clearly displaying some of the darkest ills of society, i.e. one rich man can just decide to resolve 1,000 people's blindness for content, some people watching it are going to be horrified.
Yeah.
And that is really how I felt about it, right? Like, I think that I did see from a friend of mine, Steve, Blind Gamer Steve, that he personally, as a blind person, watched the video and didn't feel like it was taking advantage of those people or presenting it like disability porn, you know, where it's like, you're so brave, and it's like, dude, I'm just trying to live, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't opt in to a more difficult life, and actually, if the world was a bit nicer, this life wouldn't need to be as difficult as it is. But yeah, Blind Gamer Steve.
He's a friend of the stream. He's a streamer himself.
You can follow him on Twitter if you'd like to.
He's a good lad.
On that subject, I will obviously defer to him because I am not a disabled person and I cannot speak on blindness. So that was good that it was shot in that way. But I do think that the thing that has really upset people is purely that he, like, has just really accidentally shone up a mirror on, like, how fucking deeply diabolical the world is. We're more worried about whether we're overtaxing rich people, and poor people are blind. Are literally blind in America. And I'm not gonna lie, I know this is like bad, but before I saw the video, I made the assumption that he would be paying for surgeries in countries where those surgeries would be inaccessible or unaffordable. We've done a charity stream in the past for a charity called Watsy.
Watsy's good.
And I love Watsy, and I donate like to them every single month and have done for years now. And what Watsy do is basically crowdfund for individual surgeries for people who live in countries where those surgeries are not affordable, right? So like I've definitely helped with a bunch of eye surgeries in the past where my donation has gone towards like an old lady in Cambodia who has cataracts, and they mostly focus in on surgeries that are like 1 or 2 procedures that would like significantly improve somebody's life. So I thought that he would be doing something like that.
Makes
sense.
I
think that obviously, like, why would people in Cambodia be poor? You know, and there are going to be a lot of reasons that go back to capitalism or imperialism or whatever. But at the end of the day, the country does not have the money for those processes right now. Whereas America does have the money. America has the money for every single American to live in a fucking fancy house with a nice car, right? Mm-hmm. The money is there. It's just not available.
There's no pretending. That is the case. Like, America has the ability, the money, to literally give everyone, like, the American dream, to make everyone happy, to give everyone a house.
A car in every driveway and a chicken in every pot, you know?
And free therapy to everyone, because America's got a bad mental health issue. And
like, the money is there, but
they
it's just
choose not to.
Yes.
It's a choice. And you've got, like, billionaires on the news saying that they found out about, like, what was it, like, unemployment or poverty is up like the highest ever been, and they're like, this is great news. It means that people are going to strive even harder to get out of poverty. And it's like, oh my god, I want to die.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I also think that in the post-COVID era, knowing that COVID was the time where the most money has ever left poor people to billionaires, like that's the hugest like shift in wealth ever. It's really dark because even if you're an average person who isn't like super political, knowing that these incredibly rich people are getting richer and richer and richer, and they're never spending this money, they're not using it. It's not even like they're just living extravagant lives with it. Like, I'm not angry about your extravagant life. I mean, I think it's wasteful and stupid, but the issue is people just sit there on just countries worth of money just so that they can say they have it.
Yeah.
You know?
And so, like, Mr. Beast taking it personally is really dumb.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like, I mean, it's shocking to me that someone like Mr. Beast can still have like that level of immaturity, where it's sort of like people like, so, and like, it's for one, like, you made a video, the entire point of the video was for people to be sort of like, oh my god, that's so nice, oh my god. But like, you know, at the end of the day, that's what it's engineered to do, right? It's a bit like, it doesn't matter. But like, the idea of Mr. Beast is such a boring dystopia. This idea that like it's really depressing idea that the only way you get healthcare is if someone films you for it. You know what I mean? Like, and then like takes all the credit for it. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's like.
And everyone runs around and is like, but he gave the money. And I'm like, yeah, to make the video.
Yeah, but where did the money come from? It's all advert money, you know what I mean? It's like, he wasn't going to get the money anyway. Do you know what I mean? The money comes from the video.
Yeah.
Like, they are, I mean, these people should all get paid as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
they're all featured.
But they're getting, like, free healthcare. And it's like, dude, it's yeah. But trickle down really works. Arcelor's trust.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. And I just think the whole thing. And then he turns around and is like, oh, boohoo, I feel bad for myself because people are criticizing me. And I'm like, dude, didn't you just fly to Antarctica? He flew to Antarctica with his boys to go up a mountain and name it Shopify Mountain. Like, dude, it's not like every single day you're out here.
That entire trip came out of his pocket, chat. He wasn't sponsored. Oh, wait. Thanks to Shopify for getting me up the fucking mountain. It's just most people would love an experience like that anyway. Like, people would love to be able to safely traverse the South Pole and say they've been there. And, like, people like doing things like that and can't, you know? The answer's
like I just announced 98 months a week ago, but yay, 98 months.
Lance, thank you so much. You're a legend.
I also hate the current dystopian trend of GoFundMe medical expenses in the US for people who actually get medical care. It's a fixable problem in the USA. Yeah, it's, you know.
That's the thing, is like, the America, which is a company that has spent the last 100 years pillaging other countries, has spent the last 100 years deciding, like, people were complaining because somebody posted a picture of the Prime Minister and the VP of Chile, and they were young, right? And so people were like, wow, look, you can elect non-80-year-olds.
Yes,
and someone was like, oh, Chile has the same problems as America, blah, 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 blah. And everyone was like, why do you think Chile has the same problems? America has invaded Chile and changed their leadership multiple times. Like, so, like, there are all these issues, but the country who's done all of this, still the people who live there don't get healthcare.
No.
That's crazy. And it's, like, the whole system is fucked.
Yeah.
But when you look that even, like, the people in the best position are still being trampled within their own country, it's like, and vile.
Like, it is one of those things where who's the billionaire who just made affordable health insurance for people and has actually done really good things? Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio should get way more credit than Mr. Beast should ever get because he set up a healthcare plan. I forget what it's called. Mark Cuban. Thank you.
I was going to say I made a face when you said that, and I was like, I don't think it's him. I think he sucks.
Oh, does he?
But then I didn't want to say it because I was like, oh, I could be wrong.
Wait, who's Marco Rubio? Marco Rubio. Who's this?
He's all red.
Oh, no. Fuck that guy. Marco Rubio can literally...
He's a right-wing politician. Yeah, I did think that. I don't know if you could see me go like...
I hope every bad thing can ever happen to Marco Rubio. I hope he gets every unfortunate... I hope he treads on a Lego piece every day.
You know that thing that happened to... oh shit, what's his name? He's the Hollywood predator who went to prison.
Which one?
The one who went to prison.
The director.
Yeah.
Or the producer, whatever his name is. Big fat guy.
Who had the Zimmer frame.
Has a Zimmer frame, has a fucking disfigured penis.
Harvey Weinstein. I was going to say, I hope whatever happened to Harvey Weinstein's penis gets Marco Rubio too, because you do not want to look up what that thing is like, but it's messed up.
Stop Googling. Stop Googling.
He got some fucking... Dude, that was a smiting. He got smote. Anyway.
So
Mark Cuban.
Cost Plus drug company, nabbed its first health plan partner, Capital Blue Cross. So basically, he's done a really cool thing where he's actually got... Like, he's... where is it? Where's the actual thing I wanted to... It currently offers approximately 350 unique generic prescription drugs that it says reflects manufacturer prices plus a 15% fee. So he's still making money, but they're using generic pills. But most insurance people in America, most insurance companies don't use the generic ones, use the ones that their fucking mate from college fucking made, where they charge 200% for a named pill for no reason. And like, you know, now people have got really affordable... generic drugs are 85% less expensive. I forget which one it was, like a really like important drug. Maybe it was like diabetes or something like that. I can't remember. But it was like awesome. And I was like, dude, this is actually like
actually like making waves, doing things.
Yeah, and he's
You know what
still
I mean?
he's still making money. It's like the cost of the medicine plus 15%.
But that's the thing, is there's always a fear of making your content political. So rather than saying, I took the money that I had and I petitioned this state to, I took all the money I would have invested in this video. I petitioned this state to make sure that that was a procedure that was covered for everybody in Medicare. And do you know what? We've made a difference, and loads of people now have access to that for the future. Instead of that, which is too political, you turn around and just go, I just paid for some people. Don't ask why they couldn't afford it, though.
Blue says, I use Cost Plus Pharmacy. It saved me $700 a month. A month.
That's insane.
Like, never say Mr. Beast's name in front of me ever again. I only want to hear Mark Cuban.
Yes.
Who probably isn't even that nice a guy.
No.
I have no idea. He might be a lovely person.
Yeah.
But, like, he's still a billionaire. But he's doing a bit. He's doing some.